Have you ever seen one of those super realistic wax figures? The ones that look so lifelike that it tricks your brain for a split second? They're definitely not easy to make. You're not just putting together lumps of wax overnight. They're the result of a long process over hundreds of hours, because you need to be precise and the steps are tricky. So, let's talk about how these masterpieces get made. But first, we need to look at where they even came from. You might think Madame Tussauds is the first one to do it, but that's not true. The art of wax figure making goes back thousands of years. We're going back to the ancient Egyptians. Even then, they used wax for religious ceremonies. In fact, they usually created small figures to represent gods or spirits. And then in the Middle Ages, wax was a medium for sculpting religious icons. These early figures weren't just art, it was deeper than that. They had cultural and spiritual meaning behind them. But things started changing in the 18th century Europe. Wax modeling started getting popular as a way to teach anatomy. Now, scientists could use wax models to study the human body without relying on cadavers. These models were very detailed, so it led to the realistic wax figures we see today. Still, we need to give credit to Madame Tussauds, a revolutionary French artist that completely changed this art. She created figures of political leaders, criminals, and celebrities during the late 18th century. Her traveling exhibitions were so popular that they finally led to the world-famous Madame Tussauds museums. And while hers may be the most famous wax museum, it's not the only one. Wax museums around the world showcase figures ranging from historical icons to pop culture legends. And things have changed. Today, wax figure making has aspects of traditional craftsmanship, but modern technology plays a big part too. Yet, the history of it all shines through in each piece. Coming to how these figures are made, we need to look at the base ingredient, wax. Well, wax isn't chosen randomly. There's a good reason for that. Its unique properties make it ideal for creating lifelike sculptures. But what exactly makes it so special? If you've ever touched wax, you know it's easy to shape and mold. So, artists can carve details like wrinkles, pores, and even veins. It's soft when warm but hardens as it cools. This makes it perfect for delicate work. And you might believe wax is fragile, but don't be fooled. High-quality wax mixtures are super resilient. And you can even add beeswax or paraffin to make sure the figures hold their shape for years, even if the temperature changes. Different types of wax bring different pros and cons. Let's take beeswax for example. It's good for its smooth texture and natural sheen, which makes it a favorite for finer details. But if you're doing a